Les 5 membres de Radiohead se sont rencontrés à l'école. Personne, surtout pas eux, ne savait qu'en 6 albums et 12 années d'existence, ils allaient bouleverser le paysage rock et devenir un des groupes les plus importants au monde. Tout au long de leur carrière, la notion de risque a toujours été présente. Chaque album étant différent du précédent, la seule constante restant la voix bouleversante de Tom York. Leur dernier CD, Hail to the Thief, offre une synthèse entre le rock électrique et le travail des machines. Radiohead continue de réinventer le rock.
Don't say I didn't warn you.
Tom and Ed, welcome to Paris.
Merci.
And thank you so much for coming, firstly. So, tonight, only Tom and Johnny will be on stage. So, why?
Too much gear.
Ah.
Much too much gear.
Yes.
Too complicated.
So, what was your spirit when you went in to record the new stuff?
It was good. I mean, the whole thing was to try and keep it quick, you know. Do it quickly, don't think about it too much, and, you know, just do what we've been doing live and in the same spirit, and that's what we did, which was new for us, obviously.
We had a laugh.
Yeah.
And for the first time, you went to Los Angeles at
Los
Nigel's
Angeles.
insistence.
Yeah.
What did you first say when you said, let's go to LA, boys?
Okay. We said, okay, we'll have to work on that. How much is it going to cost? And I mean, the studio was great, so I was kind of sold on it. But
It was the Ocean Way Studios, wasn't it? The Beach Boys.
It's lovely.
Yeah.
But after Kid A and Amnesiac, was there a band decision to do something different, to come back with the more direct, perhaps shorter songs, rockier? Was there a definite feeling that we should do something new?
Well, no, it was more like, let's carry on where we're at. I mean, I guess it was more direct because we assembled it faster and we're using a different method, but it wasn't like, let's make a more direct record, I don't think. But it was more to do with making a record about capturing a performance, not like endless editing and re-editing and stuff. So it was very much like capturing a moment, which is, I guess, more pop, maybe. Don't know.
And the songs are back to like something when I was young, and the punk ethic of...
really?
Yes. When I was younger, you know, we used to have those 3.5-minute pop tunes.
Yeah. Well, I had a thing about that. I had a thing about that when Daryl? You'd go into, you know, after doing a take, and you'd run into the control room, and I'd shout to the engineer, "How long's that, Daryl?" And he'd say, 5 minutes 60. You go, 5 minutes 50. You go, oh, okay, let's cut out 2 minutes. Because we were trying to do everything short. We went back and realised all the Beatles records were all the songs were really short, which was something of a surprise. You know, Happiness is a Warm Gun is, I think, just over 3 minutes. Which is scary because it feels like it's about 10.
Yeah, it feels like an epic.
Yeah.
Why Hail to the Thief? I need to ask it because I know there's a book about Bush and the way that he stole the election, and Michael Moore's
There's
been
many books, actually.
Yes. And you could also be about the internet, I guess.
Yeah.
And there's also a theme that you talk about people possessing other people's souls to control them.
Yeah.
Is it all of those things, or?
Yeah, I mean, I like this. I like I like the last one because this is an idea that Dante had. That's my literary reference for the week.
It's good.
Thank you. That certain people they do things that are so bad. They're still alive, but their souls have already gone, so they're sort of essentially possessed. I think, I don't know about you, but I've actually met people like that. You meet them
in this business.
Whoa.
Yes.
Yeah, and they comes open up your hand, and so that's at the moment. Hail to the Thief is about that for me. I'm really into that idea. It's much more about that than the Bush thing because it's everywhere and everybody says it and everybody. I mean, you walk around New York and every other block in New York has got someone who scrawled "fuck Bush" on the wall. It's not like, you know, we're on our own or anything.
Yeah.
Not particularly contentious.
Phil, Johnny,
Ray.
Colin.
Hello.
Bonsoir.
Bonsoir.
And good evening and welcome to Paris.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you all for coming. Even though 2 of you sitting here tonight will not be appearing. You'll be at the bar, but not actually playing.
Yes.
And are you upset about that at all?
It's good for us, though. We actually get to see
a Radiohead show.
Is that-
once. We never get to see.
That
Well,
must
not from
be
this
weird.
side, anyway.
You don't get to see that, do you?
Yeah, I mean, it's something we tried in America in a radio station and found it to be fun, and so we did another one, and then we decided to do one in France as well. It was just, yeah, it's just easier for us to do, and still fun. And plus, we get to work at songs and get different things out of them, I suppose, and have that thing of not quite know what we're doing or how we're going to play the song far more, which is a nice fear to have, really.
So the Los Angeles experience was good, and it was Nigel who insisted you all went over there, I guess. And I think this time you worked much faster, rather than the compiling the album from a hard drive like before.
We did, yeah. I mean, actually in Los Angeles itself, we were there for a fortnight and we did a track a day, which is something we've never done, which is great because, you know, you're very unself-conscious about what you do. You don't have that chance to sit down and overanalyze everything. And everything just has this real momentum. I think that comes across in the performances.
Tell me a little bit about, if you will, about Radiohead.tv. I mean, what's it going to be, and can I have a job?
Oh, yeah.
Can I have a job on it?
Sure.
What's it going to be?
Yeah, we're very non-discriminating about quality output, but that's kind of part of what it's about. It's trying to sort of compile lots of things that are being sent to us by like students, fans, artists, whatever, and trying to get away from like just to have something to try and put the spontaneous and the throwaway back into something sort of the visual and the music thing, and get away from the sort of formulaic and programmed and stayed and commercially couched on either side by adverts or whatever, and super expensive, which means you have to second guess everything you're doing if you're dealing with like £250,000 to just put something on the screen, which is obscene. You know, you spend more money doing something for one song than costs to do an entire record, which is what our business should really be about.
Now, you guys have known each other for such a long time, and you're all still, I presume, unless it's a good, you know, you're good actors, that you're all still mates. Is there a secret recipe? I mean, mates fall out, especially bands who live in each other's pockets. Is there something that you're aware of that you do or you don't do so that it does stay happy?
I don't think we ever really fell out, actually. I think, you know, I think there are points where we became rather more distant from each other, but I mean, actually going through the whole process of recording Kid A, I think we started talking to each other once again, and that's key to it, really, just being open with each other, and I think we're quite respectful of each other's musicality and ideas, so I think, you know, that's a good basis.
Now that there are dads in the band, does that change things? That you can't go on the road for 2 years now and live in hotels. Does it change things?
Well, the later show starts a bit galling.
Now, I asked the other boys the last question, if you can ever envisage a best of Radiohead coming out one day. They didn't think it was a good idea.
Like a 4-track EP with like the third, fourth track
covers
missing.
on. Yeah.
You're
Okay.
modest.
But nobody does it better on, possibly. Yeah.
Yes, I remember that.
So, I don't know, best of? I don't know. Tom always wanted to call one of our records the best driving music in the world ever. So maybe, you know, maybe we should do that instead. We'll see.
It's been done, hasn't it?
I think it
Probably
has.
has, yeah.
Don't tell him it was a good idea. All the good ideas have been taken
Well,
Tommy,
there you
until
go.
you come up with another one. Thanks very much for joining us. I just have to say, like, it's a magical experience for us to have you here and to see what you're doing tonight. And I feel like a tiny little 14-year-old boy again. So thank you for being here and giving us such pleasure. Sincerely.
Thank you, Ray.
Thank you, Ray.